Another month, another update. Let's see what's new and what has changed. This month's update includes a lot of additions to base security. The first of these are drones, which are now craftable and flyable by players. They can be researched for 125 scrap and crafted at a level 2 workbench for 200 metal fragments, 2 tech trash, and 1 CCTV camera. Once crafted, you can deploy them anywhere except for around bases with tool cupboards where you don't have privilege. This includes monuments. Once deployed, set an ID for the drone and head over to a computer station. Upon entering the ID, you can start flying the drone. To ascend, hold shift, and to descend, use control. Apart from these, you can use WASD and the mouse normally to fly around. The only limitation while flying is that the drone has to stay within 250 meters of the computer station you are at. Upon nearing this distance, the image on the drone will become harder and harder to see, with the drone losing signal entirely if you go too far. If you don't want your neighbors spying on you, then the good news is that each drone has just 100 health, which means 2 hits with a rifle or 3 hits with pistols and SMGs. Due to its low health, however, it is also quite easy to crash a drone, as one major crash is enough to destroy it. The second new item on the base security front is the PTZ camera, where PTZ stands for Pan, Tilt, and Zoom. They require 3 power and can be placed on any roof or ceiling. Just as the name implies, on top of being a normal camera, these can be used to look around 360 degrees, while also offering 4 zoom levels that can be alternated between using the left mouse button. Once placed, the ID must be configured so that you can connect to it using your computer station. They can be researched for 75 scrap and crafted at a level 2 workbench for 150 metal fragments and 1 CCTV camera. A significant change was also made to turrets this month. You can now set an ID inside the settings wheel, and entering this ID into a computer station grants you the ability to aim and shoot manually with the turret. You can use your mouse to aim normally and reload with R. The main balancing limitation to these is that they have a view distance of just 50 meters, which means that you won't be sniping far off players with turrets, but they can still be useful in your arsenal of tools to fight back against raiders. Do keep in mind, however, to make unique identifiers for all 3 of these, but most of all turrets, as you don't want any random person guessing your turret's ID and firing your turret, or accessing your cameras or drones. An important change was also made to timed explosive charges, which is that they can now also be detonated remotely with an RF transmitter. If you want to do this, all you need to do is go into your inventory, click on Enable RF, configure a frequency, and you're good to go. Once you throw an RF enabled C4, it will beep for 10 seconds while it primes itself, after which you'll be able to detonate it from any point on the map using an RF transmitter with the appropriate frequency. They can also be used to create new innovative types of base defenses, such as a heartbeat sensor hooked up to an RF broadcaster on the frequency of a primed C4. Although this can also be used to despawn loot in the event of a raid. Once a C4 is primed, you have to be a bit careful though, as anyone can pick them up in 5 seconds, so you have to keep guard on your deployed explosives. A few changes were also made this month to some industrial items added in February. A significant one was made to conveyors, which now have 3 modes after setting item filters. Any item, which moves any item that matches the filters, require all, which only moves filtered items when all of them are present, and exclude listed, which moves any items but the ones on the filter list. Industrial crafters were buffed to have 4 blueprint slots instead of 1, and they also now flash red when their output slots are full. Conveyors now turn back on if power is lost and returned. An extra space for storage adapters on the front side of small boxes was added, and some bugs were fixed related to storage adapters clipping into other objects. And finally, a change was made to vending machines so that upon being destroyed, 50% of the loot inside them remains instead of all of it disappearing. So that's it from me. I've been Mimish, and you're now up to speed about the latest news in Rust. If you feel like this video helped you, consider subscribing, joining the Discord server, or maybe even contributing financially to help the channel. Special thanks to Bother Nickel, Raven the Messenger, and Raz Van Volk for supporting me, and have a great wipe everyone.